the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from the Superdome. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 9, Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Goff. Here's a diving catch right side.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On 1st down, it's Goff. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Field and down to the 48-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers 38. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Fields now to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They go with Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A shotgun snap. Fields over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. A shotgun snap for Goff. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 37. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right?
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he gets it down to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fields on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs. But in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Out of the gun, Fields. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. On 1st down, Fields. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Here's Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 46-yard line.
Who goes to that? 180. Let's get this. Maverick roll. Obama. First down.
Now Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger? And a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Yet again, Goff is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Jacobs from the gun, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. And the Panthers first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now it's Fields. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On first down, Goff. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This will be caught. Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Go, 12, let's go.
Goff on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Now gone. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offense.
Off a convert on 3rd down. Here's Gone. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Fields. It's complete to Diggs. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
64 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Fields. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Fields. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. From the 50, here's Fields. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better things there.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 7, Goff. That's complete to Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a first down throw. Goff. Flush to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn.
He's a guy in all the.
I think he's doing okay. A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Goff now to throw. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey, and he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and run it in, and he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is Jakeem Grant. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, then think about going for it.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
At the 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And that is incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Tackle made there by Eric Rowe. On play action, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
The Goff's throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Super one, super one.
45, Mike, 45. Watch the pass. Here we go. 45.
Back to throw, Goff. Flushed out right. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together, and I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely, that would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Off.
To throw is Fields. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
A 36-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with it, they have taken the lead. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where